ride or die women, the women behind the most powerful men. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is B Octavia. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I am an entrepreneur. The links to my businesses will be below. Getting straight into what this video is about, I want to highlight ride or die women, but I really want to change the narrative because it ain't really nothing positive that the woman get, you know, being a ride or die. But we're gonna go through history and we're gonna talk about the women behind the most powerful men, whether that be in the mafia, in the mob, or street legends of the past. So I want to discuss what we can learn from what they went through and what they put themselves through. Because I talk about men over here a lot, you know, within street legends, within talking about mobsters and things to that nature. But we can learn from the women, or the people rather, that was right beside them, you know, right along for the ride. The first person that I want to highlight is Frank Lucas's wife. American gangster Frank Lucas was a drug trafficker who commanded and dominated the drug trade in Harlem during the late 1960s to the early 1970s. Although he was a drug lord, or considered a drug lord, he lived a life of a socialite, rubbing shoulders and rubbing noses with the elite of entertainment, with the elite of politics, and so on and so forth. He looked the part of a strong, smart, smooth businessman and father. We will speak on the life and legacy of Frank Lucas himself in a separate video. The woman behind Frank Lucas, Julianna Farrait, and excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, met Frank shortly after leaving Puerto Rico in 1969. She said she knew nothing about Frank's drug deals until a year after they were dating. Although she didn't know about it, she admitted to always being attracted to danger. She was also mesmerized and blinded by the exotic trips that they would take, the expensive jewelry, fancy cars, etc. After being in this whirlwind romance for a year or so, and then supposedly she found out about the extensive drug dealing that he was doing, it was quote unquote too late for her to turn back. You know, she said honestly that she had got spoiled to the life. She had got accustomed to everything that was being handed to her on a daily basis, and she didn't want to give it up. The fast life that both he and his wife lived together cost them a lot. I can only imagine how much that life cost their children. Frank Lucas was sentenced to 70 years in prison in the late 1970s. Once convicted, Frank Lucas decided to turn into state's evidence. This move led to more than 100 drug-related convictions on well-known gang and drug dealing members. For this conviction, Frank Lucas only served 5 years and was released on lifetime parole. His wife, Juliana Rodriguez, was also convicted for her role in her husband's criminal enterprise. She also only spent 5 years in prison, possibly as a condition of Frank Lucas's testimony on everybody else. After they were both released, they lived separately for quite a few years, but got back together. They never divorced and were married for more than 40 years. Frank Lucas passed away in 2019. I also read something that spoke on Miss Juliana possibly serving some time now. And allegedly she was trying to sell some kilos in Puerto Rico, and she was in court, 70 years old, you know. And it was, you know, no, I don't like to see shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to see it, because that could be anybody. That could be your grandmother. That could be your mother in certain circumstances. And sometimes it's sad that people don't let certain things go from the past, you know, of what they used to do, even though they got caught up for it, you know. I hope that she don't have to serve that much time, because she already old. Like, how many more years do you have left? Quite a few, but jail kind of puts a damper on your health, especially if you older. So I wish her the best, but moreover, the bigger picture of this is, if you are involved with a very powerful man, and we talking on a different level, we talking narcotic wise, okay, very powerful in that regard, you think you ain't never gonna have to get your hands dirty? Oh, so you think that you just gonna be taken care of? You don't have to make no moves. You don't have to drop no money off, do no deals yourself or nothing? You don't think you gonna have to work at all? And that's why I say, when people say, oh, the mistress or whoever, the side piece, she know more than the wife put in more work. You might not see it, because she putting in work. And it's sad. It's sad that it's like that, because meanwhile, she got kids to look after, and she's helping you with your criminal enterprise. And selfishly, you allowing her to do that without knowing that she gonna get caught up with you. And that's gonna be time away from her kids. Your kids too, but her kids, you know. I believe that he has a few kids. She has a few kids, and they had a child together. So all in all of y'all kids was missing out. And it wasn't 15 years. It wasn't 50 years. He was sentenced to a lot of time. But he didn't end up doing that. My thing is, if it's going to be a ride or die situation, and y'all end up getting out of prison and y'all separate for a while, I would have been like, damn, what was the point of any of that? You know? Like, even if it's for a little while that we separate, what the fuck was the point of me being a ride or die if I don't reap no benefit, you know? And at that point, you might not even want to be with them no more, you know? So what's the point of going the extra mile, showing your, and not even the extra mile, it's over the extra mile, you know? Us as women, we put a lot of energy into, you know, a relationship surviving that don't need the help. You know what I'm saying? We put a lot of effort and blood, sweat, and tears into our men and into what they got going on. Just imagine if Miss Juliana had the same drive for a legal business that she could have been doing, you know? The same type of drive, the same go-getter shit. And don't get me wrong, you know, you like danger. You could still have danger around in some regards. But, come on now. I mean, the amount of time that it takes to help somebody else with what they got going on. And then you look up and then you about 70 years old and you ain't did nothing for yourself. As far as building your own enterprise, scratch the criminal. Us as women, we a lot smarter than that, and we have a lot more faith in ourselves. And we need to know that. We need to remember that. Like, men and women is not the same. Just like I believe that Frank Lucas or whoever that's in the same scenario, who's to say he would have did the same thing for her? Because let's break this down real quick. Let's say Juliana, or let's just make up a name. Let's just say Brittany, right? Let's say Brittany, she want to do her own thing, make her money in the streets. She want to take it to tricking, okay? She want to take it to prostitution and all of that. Well, the husband, the man, he gonna want to be the pimp, okay? He's gonna want to be. So when are you in control? When are you in control? It's not even your enterprise no more, and you still putting in so much goddamn energy over what you need to, and you not reaping the benefit. We as women need to come to terms that we are strong enough to build something that will last and that will make sense, that will be legal, that will have longevity, etc. We got to know that instead of putting all our faith into a man, putting our fingerprints on the shit so we can get caught up too. All that, no. Because I'm sorry, like, ride or die who? I don't know what type of ride or die y'all talking about, because I'd rather die. I'm not doing no amount of time for no man's enterprise. And, no. And my thing is, you know, a lot of women, it's like a recurrent theme for women to be like, oh, I didn't know what he had going on. We smarter than that. We know. We knew. I heard that too many times for it to be true. We knew what was going on. We knew exactly what was going on. And we ain't care. You know, you gotta understand that sometimes your selfishness will get you in trouble. And just think about it like this. If Frank Lucas wouldn't have turned into state evidence, just imagine how much time she would have really got. Okay? Just imagine how much time she would have really got. And in that regard, it's still dependent on what a man is going to do. Independence. One word. Independence. Let's find it. Let's find it and let's use our elders as an example. That's what we're supposed to do anyway. And respectfully, you know, because people make mistakes. Sometimes it takes them a while and then they wake up after 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years and then they get it. I don't want to be that type. I don't have that type of time. You know what I'm saying? I got that type of time as far as like a life expectancy. But I don't have that type of time as far as my patience with you. And you want to label me as a ride or die. But you putting me up on a chopping block to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. We're not going to do that. You got to really be aware of these things and where it can lead you as a person. I'm not saying that she had to turn on her husband. That ain't what you know. Because a marriage is a marriage. It's supposed to be like some loyalty and communion and everything like that. And jumping a broom. And unity. Or I can say a bunch of fucking words for that. But anyways, I ain't saying that she's supposed to do that. But in the first place, if you wanted to leave, when you found out the evidence, or you found out that he was doing what he was doing, and you knew all that, it's time to go. It's time to pack up your stuff and go. If he wants you to leave all the stuff that he done bought, and you just taking a toothbrush out the house, do that. And just leave with the toothbrush. Because you will have so much more freedom, okay, with just that toothbrush, having your life, and not no, what's it called? And not no, But yeah. So, I'm gonna end this video off because somebody wants to watch TV. Thank you to Bella for letting me record this video. Thank you. It's your girl, B. Octavia and B. Simone. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. It's right there.
Oh.
It's right there. No. It's right there. Yep. Good job.